Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love After Lockup Season 4, Episode 37. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we're over here with Monique and Derek. So his little bit self, honey, he outside the hotel room talking about he needs some fresh air. He's like, it's just a part of being free. Meanwhile, Monique is inside calling her sister, and she's like, girl, last night, we were on a high-speed chase, okay? And I feel like it was his sister's. So her sister is like, girl, that is too much. Like, what? It is absolutely too much, sister. Way too much. So Monique is like, it's okay. I'm just going to swap out the cars. I'm going to swap hotels. Okay, Monique, but if it were his sisters, you don't think they're going to find y'all again? You don't think that they going to know what kind of car you're in again? So her sister is like, girl, what do they want from him? Like, do they just want to be up under him? Like, why are they so obsessed with him? Her sister is me. Like, what do they want him to do? Be by his damn self? So they get off the phone so she can go get a new rental car. Outside, Derek is pacing back and forth and back, talking about, man, I don't want to call nobody, but, I want to find out who that was. Boy, you know exactly who that was, okay? And quit playing in our faces. Moving forward. So he says that it was a female that looked familiar. So who told them what kind of car y'all was in? That's what I want to know. He's like, I knew who it was when I saw the female in the car and the make and the model of the car. Of course you did. You know exactly who it was. So he said he was talking to this CO while he was locked up, and he didn't tell her that he was in a serious relationship. Oh, baby, if she gets revealed, you were about to lose your job. Get this damn, you were about to lose your job. Baby, you cannot be fraternizing with the inmates and whatnot. So he said she wasn't a CO at his prison. He tried to clean it up real quick because he ain't a fool. He said that she wasn't a CO at his prison. He met her through his brother. His brother is locked up as well, and his girl had a friend, and they started talking. They hit it off. She thought it was going to be something when he got out, but he never talked to her again when he got out. But he thinks that it was her. So he's about to call her and see. So child, he called her. Finally, it's not, you have a collect call from. Child, it was just, hello. She answers. So he's like, what's up? She said, why are you calling me private? Who is this? So he tells her that it's Derek. And he was like, was that you following me? Here she go. Did you see me driving? Lady, was it you or nah? Okay. Was it you that had Monique and that cameraman flying over that railroad track or nah? I swear to y'all, I went back and watched just that scene. Baby, when they hit that air and flew over that train track, I will never forget it, honey. It's giving Hot Wheels. Anywho, so then he asked her again, and she's like, it probably was. It was you, ma'am. It was you. He said, well, I know what kind of car you drive. I know everything about you. Remember, you told me what kind of car you drive. So I know it was you. Derek, Monique gonna bop you right on top of the head when she sees this. Boop. Have y'all noticed that the men are a little bit shorty doo-wop on this season? Derek and Cam, child, they should start a group. She gonna bop you right on top of your damn head. I'm just telling you right now. So he said when he was in prison, he was told by her that she was toxic. He's like, did you want to hurt me? You trying to hurt me? She was like, if I wanted to hurt you, I would have. But I feel like you misled me. Derek, you will lose your life messing around with the wrong people. Okay? Messing around with the wrong people's feelings, and you put other people in danger. Like the cameraman probably still ain't recovered. Honey, he probably been calling in ever since that scene. You cannot be putting people's lives in danger playing around with this woman. So he's like, well, we was friends. We were rocking. She said, yeah, we definitely were rocking. But listen, y'all, side note, I don't know if it's just me because I pay attention to everything, but why did it sound like a man on the other end of the phone? That did not sound like a woman. I don't know if they distorted her voice so that, we wouldn't catch on, or the people that's watching wouldn't catch on to who it was, but it definitely sounded like a man to me. Well, that's just me. So she's like, yeah, we was rocking. Yeah, y'all were rocking. And Monique gonna rock your world if she find out that y'all playing cat and mouse and she in the middle. I'm just saying, Derek, honey, you playing a dangerous game, child. moving forward. So he asking the girl, did you see who was in the car? Did you see who I was in the car with? Why? Are you ashamed of who you're in the car with? And if it ain't nothing with her, why does she need to be worried about who you were in the car with? She was like, yeah, I mean, I did. So he asked her how she knew where he was. She was like, it don't matter how I knew where you were. Your cousin, the one that called Monique and lured y'all over to the grandma's retirement home, her and their sister. That's how they know. So he tells her he don't need the drama, so just please leave him alone. She was like, oh, you want me to leave you alone? So then he gonna say, I'm just worried about my safety. But then turns right around and says, but I need to go see her, to see if she still love me and whatnot. These men really be insane. They really be insane. So then as he walking off, he's like, I got to get an engagement ring. So Monique don't kill me. I got to get an engagement ring. Child, it's a fool. Ashley and Travis. Child, I hope she got that jewelry locked up. Oh, she got Mr. Set It Off laying in the bed and whatnot. So he's in the bed waiting to get it on and whatnot. She outside freaking out. She's like, the landlord is crazy. He doesn't want an ex-con living on his property. So we have 2 weeks to get out. She was like, he would come over all the time and I would have pictures of Travis on the fridge. So, he knows that he's an ex-con. And I believe that he just wants his house back. So he's using that as an excuse. Well, ma'am, he has a right to say who he wants on his property. It's not your home. So, baby, she losing him. She don't want nobody touching her. She don't want nobody talking to her. She want to be left alone. She doesn't want them to film. She doesn't want Travis talking to her. I'm like, girl, first of all, we need to keep the cameras around at all times. This is how you gonna get the money to pay the bills. Like, girl, what are you saying? So she's like, no, don't you go out there and talk to them. Don't even talk to them. Just leave it alone. You don't know what's going on. So he's completely confused, right? He's trying to figure out, why is Ashley losing her damn mind? So he's trying to figure out what's going on. She's trying to keep him from talking to that crew so he don't find out, and she ain't fooling me. So she was like, in the confessional, I can't even afford rent in Florida because, business has been awful. Everything is falling apart. I'm like, how did you lose your mind, first of all, your home, and all your money in the span of 4 days? He's been out of prison for 4 days. So, girl, something ain't adding up, honey. The math ain't math. She wants the crew out of her house. Child, don't take it out on them. You losing your mind because you hanging this picture up on this fridge like a proud mom hangs their kindergartner's school project up, and this man done seen it, and now he wants you to get the hell out. Girl, goodbye. Just tell Travis what's happening. He gonna know when he got to start packing up, honey. And when you start packing up around him and folding that bed up, he gonna be like, why are we folding the bed up? Ashley crazy. Ooh, baby, this show is good to me. Nathan and Skylar. So it's the day after the date from hell, and he's outside. He's spending time with his uncle, cousin, nephew, dad. Honey, he was giving this man so many titles. I don't know who he was. He just got out as well. I'm like, baby, everybody out, and you get a sentence, and you get a sentence. I'm like, where is everybody coming from? So he's telling him how the date went left. Skylar goes to her mom's house to do laundry, and so she's telling them how things went left. So as she's telling the story, her mom is like, but you weren't worried about yourself. You were just worried about the other people, right? Well, child, if she wasn't worried about herself, she should have been, because he's insane and she's childish. So she's like, no, I didn't know if he would fly off the handle or not. Like, I just don't know. So her mom said that she's seeing red flag after red flag after red flag. And all that arguing may trigger Skylar to use again. Let me tell y'all something. I would pack up and go right back to my mama house until I get on my feet. And I would leave Nathan in his grandma's attic, honey, or wherever y'all living. I would leave him right in his grandma's basement and be right over there at my mama's nice, clean house. Rat and roach free. Child, because I know it's some vermin somewhere up and through. Back over there with him, he's telling his uncle that he loves Skylar. He's like, I can't be messing with no basic bitch. Sir, you are basic in every sense of the word. Every sense of the word. So over with Skylar, her mom is telling her girl, listen, you need to just focus on yourself, okay? Because this right here is not healthy. She told her, they don't know him. So her being serious and being so serious about Nathan is really scary. So her brother is wondering if he makes her happy. No, for 200 Alex. Absolutely not. She says she in love with Nathan, but them arguing makes her wonder if the relationship is right for her. Girl, it is not. Get out now. And you don't even really like that man. Let's just be real. Gabby and Chris. So they go to her mom's house. Child, she walked in, no hi or nothing. Her mom was like, what do you want? What are you doing here? I was like, oh, Lord. She's like, I brought a little surprise guest. So he following behind her like a puppy. ODB just skinning and grinning, talking about, hi, hi. Oh, child. Them teeth. Oh, child. So her mom said, what do you want? Oh, honey, Gabby got that attitude from her mama. She get it from her mama. Oh, where she get her eyes from? She get it from her mama. Shout out to Juvenile. Honey, she got all that from her mama. So he's like, well, I wanted something to eat. Sir, that's not how you introduce yourself. When you come into someone's home, even though she's nasty as all get out. Hi, Mom. How are you? My name is Chris. I've never formally met you. Boy, act like you got some home training. So she eating a mango and she gave Chris a piece. So the mama was like, you just ate a mango. That's it. That's all. So she was like, so why were you in jail? He said, well, I got a case with the feds for robbing the street pharmacist. She said, what? My thing is him smiling so proudly. Like, why are you cheesing? Like, I could not even take this scene seriously. So then she asks why he's talking to other girls. And don't act like your daughter ain't talking to other men, okay? That vagina didn't get tightened for nothing. I'm just saying. So he said he was just saying thank you for them welcoming him home. So mama was not playing with him. She's like, you know what? If you're dumb enough to believe what he's saying, y'all clowns, both of y'all. Y'all are 2 clowns short of a circus. Get the hell out. I'm going to bed, y'all. She feels like Gabby needs to divorce him ASAP and slap him in the face with divorce papers. Now me, I don't even know if they really married. It sounded like a lie to me. Mama don't want nothing to do with her daughter or Chris. That's why Gabby act like that. Because her mom looks like she's never even hugged her daughter before. I'm like, ma'am, I can see being like that with Chris, but your own daughter? That's why her attitude's so bad. Michael and Justine. So he at home trying to make some money moves, and the kids in there tearing it up. They are loud as hell. He said that he created the sneaker brand when he was in jail, and now it's, going well. He's trying to do some new designs. The kids are running him crazy. The older one is picking on the younger one. The daughter, who is about to go off to college, is doing roundhouse kicks. Honey, I don't know what's going on. He went in to try to handle it. But for me, when I saw how they were behaving, and I saw the way they were when Justine sat them down and said that Michael was coming home, I feel like production told them to act crazy times 2. I do not believe that every day these kids are in there making all that noise. They are old enough to know that when someone is on the phone, you shut it up. So I didn't believe the scene. But it was cute though. So he calls Justine so she can hurry up and get home. She's like, that's just the way it is. They're going to be loud. They're going to act up. She's not feeling good. So she's at the pharmacy trying to get something to settle her stomach. But she thinks she might be pregnant. Child, I don't know why they're trying to have a baby right away. At least get settled in first. 20 years on paper. Get settled in first. I know they already married and whatnot, but take it easy. Like, where's the fire? Slow down, low down. Moving forward. Cameron and Eris. So he's 2 days out of the detention center and he's waiting at the hotel to meet Eris and her daughter. So she walking in with the daughter after getting her from the airport, and she was like, how was the flight? And her daughter said, it was lonely. I was really nervous. I wish you were on the flight with me. I didn't like that. Because it's already showing like, I'm going to just leave you and go on over here with Cam. Like, I just didn't like it, child. So then she tells Eris that she's nervous about meeting him, as you should. And Eris is like, why? Y'all talked on the phone before. Eris, that is not the same as meeting this perfect stranger. Girl, grow up. So she goes in to meet him. Eris leaves him so she can go get a snack. And he was nice to her when he met her, but I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it, especially with a girl. I just couldn't do it. This sweet baby just got here and she's already thrusted into this. He did ask her how she was feeling about it, and he made conversation to make her more comfortable. And then he told her they were going bowling. He's like, yeah, we're going bowling so we can get used to spending time together. So it's not so awkward. It's going to take more than one bowling trip for it not to be awkward. I'm just saying. So outside, she was doing a little interview, and Lena said her first impression of Cam is she thought he would be taller, but they're the same height. Ooh, baby, the shade. The shade, honey. Cam is a Polly Pocket, though. He real fun size child. So she said she does feel excited, anxious, nervous, overwhelmed because it's usually just her and her mom. So they head to the bowling alley. They're in the car as a ready-made family, just add water. And she's like, seeing them together is such a good feeling. Listen, Eris, I know you want to have a family, but it's so soon. And I feel like she is trying to convince the baby to be okay with it. And as kids, you love your parents. So it's like, mommy is saying it's okay. I trust mommy. She trusts this person. So I'm just going to go with it because I want my parent to be happy. I still think they should have waited. So she's like, we finally have a family and she's going to have the dad. And, I just want them to have the same relationship that they had over the phone. Okay, girl. So they get to the bowling alley. They start the game. And he's like, so how does it feel to you? Like, could you see me being in your family? Cam, she really don't have a choice. It's going to be different once y'all are all living under one roof. Now, it's all fun and games now because y'all bowling and whatnot. So it's fun. It's an outing. It's an excursion. But once y'all get under the same roof, it's going to be totally different. She's used to things being a certain way with just her and her mom. So this is going to be a huge adjustment. I mean, Cam may be all right, but it's just a no for me. Okay? It's just a no for me moving any man into my house, let alone a man that's just been released 48 hours ago. Child, please. I wish I would. So he told her that he'd never take the role of trying to be her dad, but he wants to be a positive role model for her. And they all going to spend the rest of their lives together. And she was kind of looking a little bit perplexed, like, say what now? But I mean, at least he was trying to be respectful and speak to her. So I got to give him points for that. So she said she didn't think that they were going to be getting married so soon. They seem happy, but she just doesn't want anything bad to happen. But she's not going to call him dad. She's going to call him Cam. I know that's right, honey. The daughter got more sense than the mama. So he goes to get her a slushie. And so she starts talking to Lena, right? So Eris tells us that her dad had 3 other women pregnant at the same time as her. And she had no idea. She's like, yeah, so I realized that we weren't compatible. You think? 3 different women pregnant at the same damn time will do that to you. She was like, he wasn't very supportive about me keeping the baby because he had 3 other women pregnant at the same damn time. She said that he was illegal for the longest time and then he was deported. So Lena has only seen him twice. And that was when she was 2 years old. I wonder how she explained that to Lena. Like when she was telling the story, I'm just wondering what Lena thinks and what questions she's asking and how Eris is explaining it to her. I just really was wondering that. So Eris is looking at Lena and she's like, yeah, we're going to be the 3 best friends. The 3 best friends that anyone could have. And I guess they're going to be the 3 best friends, child. In the confessional, Cam said he's ready to step up, but he knows he's going to have to change a lot of things. Like the way he cuss, coming in at all hours of the night, doing whatever it is he's doing. Yeah, you're going to have to change all of that. Like, I hope he can clean it up for Lena's sake because she definitely will be watching him. I just wish Eris would let things progress naturally. But child, it's done now. Michael and Justine. So she's home from work and he is worn out. Child, his hair all frizzy. It's a fool. Ain't no matching today, honey. They ain't matching today. Ain't no matching. So he telling her that he don't want her to work unless it's for him and he wants her to quit her job. Okay, so the sneakers must be selling. Because I know you don't want her to stay home so she can watch these kids. Because that's what it sounded like to me. So they go upstairs. She pulls out this pregnancy test. He's like, what? You think you might be pregnant? Michael. Now, Michael. Okay. And if you know, you know. That's what happens when you have sex. Okay. And you stay in, child, instead of pulling out. There's a possibility that you might need a Clear Blue Easy. So Justine said if she's pregnant, she's going to keep working so she doesn't have to give up her health insurance because she's going to need it. And I think that's smart, honey. I wouldn't quit my job either if I was pregnant. I wouldn't quit my job regardless. Because we have to see consistent money coming in for at least a year. I'm not just going to quit my job all willy-nilly. I mean, anything could happen. And if she is pregnant, they said that's going to be 8 kids between the 2 of them. 8 kids? Child, y'all done beat out the Brady Bunch. Oh, this is a fool. Monique and Derek. So she exchanged the car. So now she's heading back to the new hotel. And she's trying to figure out who was that following them. So once she gets back, she's trying to text and call Derek, but he not answering. He at the jewelry store. Yes, I said jewelry store. He at the jewelry store trying to get a ring for Monique. He's like, I mean, she's insecure, so the ring is going to solidify and quiet all the noise and make her feel good and let her know I love her. Oh, okay, so it's a hush gift. Well, I'm telling you right now, Derek, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I can tell you right now that ring going to make it worse. Because she really going to feel like she got something to lose. She ain't going to want anybody to look at you, talk to you, touch you, breathe the same air. Y'all going to be quarantined, honey. It's going to be a fool. So he said he wants to get the ring and just hold it to see how she going to act. He loves her, but he don't like all the drama. He's like, yeah, I'm drama free. Derek, They need to pass you a mirror, honey, because you are the drama. Your sisters are the drama. You in this secret relationship with this CO are the drama. Got her chasing this poor lady all over the streets of Cleveland. Got the poor cameraman scared for his damn life. The producer in the back saying make 4 rights to make a left. You bring the drama. I was like, what is he talking about? It's the delusions for me. Moving forward. So the jeweler is trying to show him, some rings that he has. And he's like, I need something to compliment this watch. Sir, is that watch real? I was like, is that watch real? Let me find out. He did show him this beautiful ring, though. He said it was on sale for $2,500. He's like, can I make a deposit on it? Not you talking about you want to compliment the watch, then putting the ring on the other way. Boy, gone. I just hope he doing this for the right reasons and not because of this other person stalking him, which I know that's why he doing it. So while he doing that, she starts calling. He's like, what's up, Monique? She said, why you answering the phone like that? I know that's right, child. So he's like, no, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's up? What you need? She was like, I'm at the hotel. He said, you got all the stuff. You ain't leave nothing, did you? She said, no, but now I got to carry it all up the stairs. This man gonna say, I hate WeTV. I really do. This man gonna say, yeah, a little workout for you. The nerve, honey, the unmitigated gall, the gumption of this man to look at her and say, yeah, a little workout for you. Oh, baby, I would have hung that phone up immediately. Do you hear me? So she asked him where he was. He told me, I'm just handling some business. She said, what that mean? She said, are you at the bank? Listen, Monique, let me tell you something. Never give them the answer. When you say, what are you doing? Allow them to stutter through it. I can tell you're lying because when you're replying, stutter, 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 stutter. Shout out to Joe. Honey, let him stutter through it so we can know if it's real. You gave him an answer. He was like, yeah, I'm at the bank. She was like, why you just didn't say that? Like, I would have stopped texting you if you said you were at the bank. Child, this is a fool. So his brothers roll up on him and he clicked that phone on her face so good. On to Nathan and Skylar. So they go to the park to talk. He's still pissed about the other night. So she tells him that she shouldn't have answered the phone. It was all her fault. And he was like, no, I was ashamed of how I handled it. I could have done better. Yeah, you could have done better because you using the N-word is not sitting well with me and I ain't forgot. Okay, don't think I forgot. So you don't sit well with me, period. She's like, you always react, then say I'm sorry. And I want to know how we can get to the point of you not even doing that. Listen, girl, Nathan is unstable. He gonna always go from 0 to 100 real quick because I know his type and that's how they operate. Now you can sit there and play with him if you want to. So he tells her, when things are going wrong and he's having anxiety, don't make him deal with it. Say what now? Anywho, she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. So he's like, next time. She goes, well, wait a minute. How about we figure out how there is no next time? Skylar, you are wasting your breath. Point blank in the period. You're wasting your breath. Moving forward. He said he's trying to become a good man, but he's still got a lot of bad man in him. Now, I did feel like that was real of him to admit that, but I'm still leery because the look in his eyes scares the hell out of me. And the fact that you use the N-word, it's a no for me, big dog. Okay, it's just a no. So Skylar was like, I'm in love with Nathan. And in the past, I've given love and haven't received it, but I feel like Nathan gives me equal love. So here you go. I ain't going nowhere. Remember that. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. I'd be on the first thing smoking back to my mama's house. Derek and Monique. So the brothers roll up and he's trying to tell his brother that he's proposing to Monique because she held him down for 2.5 years. So the brother's like, you're still institutionalized. Sir, pipe down. So he's like, how do you think the sisters are going to feel? We don't give a damn how the sisters going to feel. Child, please. I really wouldn't care if you really want to be frank. So he said, look, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't care how the sister's going to feel about it. So his brother's like, I just can't respect this decision. I just can't respect this decision. His family does not want him to be with not nobody. Monique don't want him with them. They don't want him with Monique. And he just stuck in the middle at the jewelry store with this watch. Honey, this is just a fool. So they went to go see the sisters, right? Or they want to go see them. And Derek is like, I can't go. She tracking the phone. Their brother was like, oh, the location? Oh, I can turn that location off. Listen, you might turn that location off, but that air tag is in that backpack. Backpack. Honey, that air tag is in that backpack. She gonna bust through them sisters' doors real quick. So he said that she doesn't want him to be around his sisters or his brothers. Now, that right there ain't gonna work. Monique, that's not going to work. That is his family at the end of the day. You cannot keep him from his family, because what's going to happen is he's going to feel cooped up with you and he's going to start to resent you. So let him go see that family, girl. If he really love you, he going to still come back. So let him go see him. Child, they can't stop him from being in a relationship with you. Anywho, so his brother turned off the location so he could go on, do what he going to do and skip school for the day. But like I said, the air tag is in the backpack. Y'all know who Monique reminded me of, but times 10. She's reminding me of Brittany and Ray Ray from Houston. That's who she is reminding me of. It's like he still has a probation officer in the house, and that will be Monique. In the next scene, it's time for Cam and Eris's wedding. So her best friend arrives. Hey, friend. So she's showing her the wedding dress, and she said, she wanted to have a traditional wedding, but nobody's there for her. Her dad and mom are not going to be there. Her dad was against dating somebody in prison because he's been in prison, so he know how to me and are. Girl, you better listen to your daddy. Okay? Now, hopefully Cam can prove everybody wrong, but I would listen to my daddy. Because let me tell y'all something. This is a story time. It's not really a story time. Child, y'all ain't ask me for nothing. But the first time I was getting married, my daddy, and I will never forget this, my dad doesn't have very many heart-to-heart talks with me, but I remember him vividly telling me, do not get married to this man. He is not the right person. He is unfit. And me being hard-headed, I was like, he loved me. I love him. When I tell y'all my daddy was right, they be knowing. He knows the type of man that he's watching. So if I were you, I would listen to my daddy. Moving forward. Over with Cam. Nelson is playing photographer. That's his friend from the studio. While he's getting dressed. Here go Cam. I look like a drug dealer. No, boy, you don't. He said, nah, you look like a man. I thought that was so nice of Nelson. I said, oh, that's so nice. So Eris is about to get her makeup done. And I loved how she spoke so beautifully to her daughter about her natural beauty. I just loved that. I said, that's so sweet. So Eris is explaining to them that, she wants him to move because Cincinnati is not the environment for him. Over with Cam, he got on his suit, honey, Cam in his red suit with his little piece and chain on. Now, Cam always has on red, so I take it red is his favorite color, or he has some type of affiliation, if y'all know what I mean. Now, I'm hoping it's just his favorite color because we don't need no affiliations in that house with Lena. Child, I'm watching you. Ashley and Travis. So they in the hotel. She's downstairs by the pool. He upstairs talking to his mama about them having to leave everything behind. He said they packed the car with everything that they could fit in it. The rest of it they left behind. So Travis said the landlord gave them 15 days to get out and even had a sheriff to try to come and get them out. So he transferred his parole from Florida to Virginia, and they sold everything just to get the money. Something not adding up. Something is not adding up. It's more than just him being an ex-con. Ashley was not paying her rent. She out there taking trips on a boat and doing all this other kind of stuff, shucking and jiving and trying to keep up with the Joneses, and was not paying her bills. Like, that doesn't even make sense. You can't afford to live. Why wouldn't y'all just downsize to a 1-bedroom apartment? You don't need all this house. So Ashley is downstairs telling producers, I just don't feel like myself. I used to spend $70,000 on jewelry in one day, but now that's how much I've made for the past 2 years. That's still more than some people have made. You should have gotten yourself an apartment. Why weren't you saving? Like 2020 should have scared everybody into saving a little something. Now, I'm not saying that you always have to pay yourself a lump sum. Even if you pay yourself $20 a check, please save something. So Ashley admitted that she was living beyond her means, renting a home with a pool, leasing her car because she wanted to live like the American dream. So inside, he's like, I'm not with Ashley for the money, but I just wish she would have been a little bit more honest. When I tell y'all, I would have been pissed to know I would be back on the street after Ashley brought him in there like it was an episode of MTV Cribs. Honey, she's showing him around the place and don't even own it. Child, this is a mess. Back over here with her in her confessional, she says she lost $6,000 because he's keeping the security deposit and 2 months rent. So I'm guessing that the rent was $2,000 if he's keeping 2 months in addition to the deposit, because rental homes, the deposit is usually the amount of the rent. So she was like, yeah, I made $3,500 off of everything in my house and it was $40,000 worth of furniture. Girl, your math, and I don't know if you making up numbers or what, honey. I don't trust nothing that you're talking about, okay? She said she sold her clothes, her purses, everything. And she would sell the car, but she still owes $20,000 in payments. Ashley, you're lying. You cannot sell a leased car. At the end of your lease, you have to turn it back in unless you tell them that you want to purchase it. I don't buy nothing that you're saying, honey. Nothing. So she's asking him if he wants to get in the pool because he came downstairs. He's like, no, I got to go see my PO. I'm hungry. My mama waiting on us. Like, no, I don't want to get in this pool. She's like, you know what? That's all for you. Like, I want to get in the pool. I've been holding you down. I mean, how could you say no? And child, she pointing at these boobies. Girl, put them little boobs away. This is real life. Okay. Getting in that pool is not going to erase your problems. We have to face them. Okay. We got to face them. He's like, we don't have nothing. We got to figure it out. She's like, and why don't we have anything? Because of you. He was locked up. He's like, what are you saying? Your business wasn't doing well? Well, you know why my business is the way it is. It's because of the panorama. He said, okay, that still doesn't change the fact that we don't have no money. Don't take it out on him. She's like, you need to be a man and step up. He's like, look, I wanted to relax when I came out. Relax? Okay, so both y'all crazy, honey. You've been relaxing in jail. Come out and hit the ground running. Talking about you want to relax. Boy, please. Both y'all need to go to work, no matter where it's at. $3,500 going to be gone in 2 days. Honey, if you know, you know. Gabby and ODB, a.k.a. Chris. Child, this right here was something else. So we see Gabby walking through the park, right? Baby, they love a good park, don't they? She's walking through the park, and she tells us that early one morning, she grabbed Chris's phone, saw he was texting other women, and she asked him nicely to leave. Now, I don't believe Gabby even knows the term nicely, but she said she asked him nicely to leave. And she said he told her, B, this is my apartment, and started hitting her, and it lasted for like 2 hours. Not ODB putting his hands on people knowing he on papers. These people really be psychotic. Skylar, please take heed to what Gabby has gone through and get the hell out of Dodge. Nathan is unstable. I'm not playing, girl. So she said she called the cops and put the phone in her pocket so that they could track her and they eventually will show up. So they did. And he's in jail now and she has a restraining order on him. And he isn't supposed to call her, but he's still calling her, asking her to drop the charges. Honey, I wouldn't drop nothing. Do you hear me? Nothing. People need to learn to keep their hands to themselves, men and women. Like, I can only go by what she's saying. Now, she does have an awful attitude, but nobody deserves to be hit. Domestic violence is never okay. And y'all already know what I done been through myself. So I am never going to make light or disregard someone's feelings. If she went through that, now I don't know the specifics, but what she's saying, I hope these two stay far away from each other because it was already toxic to begin with. This is crazy. Oh, honey. Listen, if you or someone you know is facing domestic violence, it takes a while to get out of those situations, but please seek help and come up with a plan. Leave safely and let somebody know what you are going through. Okay? Because you always need somebody to know a safe word or something. It's like when I used to call my sister, if I would say, what are you eating, a banana? If I used the term banana, I was in trouble. And it's sad thinking back on it, but when you're dealing with people like that, you got to protect yourself. Moving forward, Eris and Cam. So, child, it's time for another Love After Lockup wedding in the park. Love After Lockup. No, they're going to marry these people in the park after dark if they don't do nothing else. So Cam's sisters walked up with the cutout of their dad, and he said his dad passed while he was in prison. He couldn't go to his funeral. He said he was talking to his dad on the phone, and he told him, man, I'm not about to be talking to you. I'm about to be seeing you. And then his dad ended up passing, and he couldn't get out to go to the funeral. And, you know, his mom called and told him that his dad had a heart attack. He said if his dad was there, he would let him know that he loved him. Everything is all right, and he made it out. When I tell y'all that choked me up, I shed a little tear. I said, oh, because, you know, even though Cam is creepy to me, he still has something endearing about him, too. I just wouldn't have him around my daughter, child. But that's just me. Side note, baby, Cameron's sister Stephanie wearing that dress. Baby, she is ready for her close-up. Do y'all hear me? I said, baby, you better wear that dress, honey. So Eris and Lena, they walk up. Lena is such a pretty little girl. Very well spoken, very polite. So Eris is doing a great job with her. I can tell, but it's just she's having a lapse in judgment, honey. You don't bring any old body fresh out of jail around your impressionable daughter, honey. You just don't. So anywho, they walk up The officiant starts the wedding, calls Lena up and includes her. And I thought that was very sweet. So they say their vows, honey. Cam spitting bars. So then Eris reads her vows as well. And by the power vested in WeTV, they are now love after lockup and wife. Child, you may kiss your bride. Listen, I want to be happy for them, but I just keep thinking about Lena. I just keep on thinking about her daughter. Cam little bitty self is a mess. I hope he act right, child. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Listen, another side note. When Cam brought over that slushie for, because I just thought about this. When Cam brought over that slushie for Lena, why was it in a Miller Lite glass? I said, child, y'all couldn't put this in a kid-friendly glass. Child, I'm not about to play with that bowling alley. Anywho, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.